Hey guys, what's up? I have another what I like to affectionately call cheap shit CD haul. This is kind of a song that I mean there's been a few odd times I've kind of done these in like more larger hauls of stuff that mostly is stuff that I'm intentionally looking for that's up my alley or whatever. But kind of more and more often I've been going to grocery store CD selections, kind of flipping through, picking stuff that's, really popular. A lot of people that I would say have good music taste, or, maybe they're in bands that I appreciate, enjoy these, but I personally am not into them, but I want to kind of give them a chance to see if I'm pleasantly surprised, because that does actually happen more often than, I wouldn't say more often than not, but fairly frequently whenever I do these. It's not always necessarily 100% stuff that I consider cheap shit, but it's cheap shit because they're cheap CDs. So. Alright, so let's get into it. This to me is probably like the most cheap shit of all of these, and that's Slipknot. Their self-titled album. Their band I've always just kind of taken a shit on. I like Corey Taylor's clean vocals, but his screaming vocals just kind of sounds like he's yelling while taking a dump to me. And I always kind of feel like how big their band is kind of pretentious, not really utilized well. But hey, I'll give it a listen. There's a reason why they're so popular. Like I said, people who I would say have good music taste listen to them, so maybe there's something I'm overlooking that will become more clear when I listen to the album. Now, one thing that I do like about the packaging, though, is this text on the back. Fuck it all, fuck this world, fuck everything that you stand for, don't belong, don't exist, don't give a shit, don't ever judge me. I can get behind that right there. All right. So moving on. This is the main album that I'm actually, pretty excited to get. Though it's not necessarily something that I would have normally have gone out of my way to get, and that is Bob Marley and the Wailers, Legend. I do like Bob Marley, but I've said several times I'm not really into like compilations and best of type albums and stuff like that. I like collecting all the individual albums, but like, you never see Bob Marley albums in stores. Like I don't know what's up with that, but other than this album. So yeah, I figured I'd get it. Back in my streaming days, I mainly listened to Catch a Fire. That was kind of my Bob Marley album. But I never actually picked up any Bob Marley, and now I have some, so that's cool, I guess. If I get the booklet out, like a lot of these classic best ofs, there's a big read-up essay, whatever you want to call it. So, and it's got lyrics for all the songs, which is always nice because a lot of times with compilations or live albums or whatnot, they'll forego that type of stuff, but I like having lyrics for albums, Alright, next up, this album I had back in the day. I eventually traded away. Maybe that was a mistake. I kind of still enjoy them a bit. I figured I'd give this album another listen again. That is Riot from Paramore. So, nothing on the disc. That's kind of awkward. I obviously pre-opened these, kind of took a look through them. I think it's kind of funny just how much of a time capsule this album is, because still has like a link to their MySpace. Maybe that's still active. I know MySpace is still around, but hardly anybody uses it, so I don't know if that's still a active link or not. Like, you know, that was totally a look back in the day for all the church kids. Do you remember when like the youth pastors and worship leaders started making themselves look like that? That shit was cringe as fuck. But yeah, the whole MySpace era kind of fascinates me because, I mean, like, there kind of came to a point, like, you know, once Facebook came around where, like, you know, everybody started shitting on MySpace. But, I mean, looking back, I mean, MySpace was a good platform because, like, you know, there was no algorithms, and yeah, you can still kind of do, you know, more creative, less personal shit on there, or personalized shit, you know, whatever you wanted to do with it. And it was especially good for bands. Like, I don't really know the inner workings of how it worked. I never had a band MySpace personally, but, like, you know, knew of a lot of like local bands that never really played outside of like a 50-mile radius or so, but like they could somehow get like thousands of followers on MySpace. You don't really see that anymore. So yeah, that's just some random things that opening up that CD kind of made me think of. Next up, we got from Evanescence, Fallen. Bring Me to Life is kind of a cool song, I guess, but more than anything, it kind of reminds me of a bad time of my life that I kind of would rather forget it. I'm kind of finding more and more that's kind of a common thing with music people. Like, you know, there's a lot of music from a certain era of their life that, you know, they'll acknowledge isn't necessarily bad music, but it just, you know, reminds them of a bad time, so they don't really listen to it anymore. And honestly, I think that's kind of the only song that I really know from Evanescence, so I know it's a popular album, so I'll give it a listen. So yeah, that's my cheap shit CD haul for today. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a book unboxing soon, so just change it up a bit. And I got more music mail orders on the way. I plan on taking the weekend off and going to shows this weekend. I think I'm gonna get a tattoo though. But week after that, there was actually 2 shows I'm hoping to make, so hopefully I'll get footage from at least one of them. Hopefully I'll be able to make both. Usually if they're back to back, I'm gonna end up missing excuse me, I'm gonna end up missing at least one. But we'll see when we get there. So yeah.